Uh, Welcome back to Syberia. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch TV. Welcome back to Syberia. I hope it saved my games last time. Was that last week? 13... This sounds probably right. Okay, yeah. So last time on Syberia, we're some sort of like a lawyer or something named... Errol. I don't remember our main character's name. Welcome back to Automatons. With B2 and A3. I forgot her name. Anyways, so she's like some kind of lawyer. We're here to save Christmas. The toy factory in this town that makes automatons, whatever they're called. They were in like some serious debt. We'll save you, Christmas. She's been playing Final Fantasy VII. It's been a trip. She went to some areas I've never seen in that game before. Like the ancient forest. Dude, Knights of the Round. Exciting. Anyway, so we're saving Christmas. The toy factory was in some debt, and we came to buy it out. But when Amanda here came to buy it out, the old owner, Madam Anna was found dead on the floor. And now we're solving a murder mystery. The end. Welcome to Syberia. Go to the church. Did we ever get... We might have gotten a call from our boss. Where he was like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, yo, dog, there's some complications. And he's like, I don't want to hear it. Oh, yeah. Anna's brother... I just forgot about reading all of that. Anna's brother was kicked out of the... He wanted to go find the mammoths. This series is about finding mammoths or something, I think. I don't remember. It's about Syberia. Which we're not in. And it's also spelled differently in this game. So... Her brother... Ben... Brandon? The lad? Alright, so the lad... Maybe that's where we're going. We're going to the bar. In Lane. Anyways, the lad he was trying to find some mammoths in a cave and he fell over, hurt his head. It made him a super genius for making toys. He made all this stuff and then it was like, I want to go find the mammoths, and his dad was like, no. You're a super genius for making toys. You can't leave us. Yeah, I think so. That sounds about right. Anna was... somewhere around there, too. She looked old, I think. Anyways, we read Anna's diary for like half an hour. Taught us all about the lad. What is this? This looks like a puzzle. Oh, hey, I've got this puzzle solution here. I'm following a guide. So let's not deviate from the guide. At least too much. Frostborn hungers.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh my god, 1,000 views already? Notification gang, holla!
Yo, holla. Hello and welcome to Syberia. Thank you. Yeah. Welcome to Metal Gear December. Also Syberia. Or we're not in Syberia. Oh my god, there was a hidden thing. Can I put it back, or I'm just gonna leave it like this? I like how they try to like show you that it moved. Can't put it back. We're just, oh, never mind. We could put it back. The Siberian Crisis Core. I'll have you know, I played Crisis Core for like 5 hours off stream. It was very exciting. Let's see. Key. Use the key on the drawers. It was darkness farming. It was literally darkness and materia farming. I now have another plus 100 vit and magic and something else I don't remember. Blah blah blah. Right, open each drawer, pick up stuff, punch, clock, punch. Somebody forgot to punch in. Or maybe we just stole their time card, now they'll never get paid. Oh, we're stealing somebody else's time card, they're never getting paid either. I'm also 100%ing hard mode, and I'm at 50 hours now. Another punch card. You're not getting paid today. Taking that punch card. Why can't I take any of these outfits? When do we get an outfit change? I like games like one of the Broken Sword games. You got like 20 outfits in that game. I like when you get outfit changes. I just like to change outfits in general. I remember in Phantasy Star Online, the PC version of the game, you had to like do something really wacky for outfit changing in that game. I don't remember what it was, but I remember being the only like guild or whatever they were called in that group for like 6 weeks, maybe not 6 weeks, maybe like a month. They had the access to outfit changes, and everybody kept asking to join. Can I join your guild? You guys are the only ones with outfit changes. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Oh, I missed something in the drawers. This game, despite being a genius game, is a true adventure game in the most true way. Somewhere in this drawer is a secret drawer. Oh, and I had to click on that. And this. To my successor, the Valladolin parish priest. The sanctity of confession is a sacred vow, so these revelations are the result of much soul-searching and reflection. One day, in March, 1938. Rudolf Vorarlberg knocked at my door. I was a young priest then and was overawed by the dominant personality of the town's most important figure. I remember it was raining that day, and beneath his dripping hair, Monsieur Vorarlberg's face was the very expression of eternal pain itself. Through gritted teeth, his eyes swimming with grief, he announced that his son Hans had just died. He wanted me to come immediately to bless the body. I entered the dark drawing room at the family home. Hans's coffin was set in the middle, sealed shut. Monsieur Vorarlberg explained to me that he wanted no one to see the body of his son. Hans' badly mangled corpse had been discovered at the bottom of a precipice. It was presumed that he had slipped and fallen badly. Despite his 18 years of age, the young Vorarlberg did not have all his faculties. I believed him. I led the funeral and officiated the mass and burial. We buried Hans Vorarlberg with all the dignity and solemnity befitting such a tragedy. Life indeed hangs by a thread, and I would have surely forgotten this episode only several years later. After her father's death, Anna Vorarlberg had an accident at the factory and nearly died. But such a close call with death seemed to awaken in her a need to confess. What I heard that day would haunt my dreams thereafter. She told me that the body of her younger brother Hans was not at rest in the family tomb for the simple reason that he was still alive. I had blessed and sanctified an empty coffin. I had assisted and sanctioned a masquerade staged by Rudolf Vorarlberg himself to exercise the blind hatred he felt for his son. His son had left and he felt betrayed. A man who preferred to believe and make others believe his son was dead, rather than accept the truth, had shamefully deceived me. What kind of priest was I? And what kind of priest would I become? Oh, merciful Father alone will be my judge. It is my duty to inform you that one of your flock is still unaccounted for. I leave this terrible secret in your hands to do with what you will. The end. Leon. We're gonna need that later because we're a lawyer and we need proof. The end. Oh my god. Dr. Willie. Wait, that doesn't make sense. It says go back one screen. From the drawers. Let us save our game. Alright, it says to put the gears on this thing in the same order that they were back at the beginning of the game. Oh, thankfully it only lets me put them in one spot. I don't have to actually solve a puzzle, just put it where it tells me to. Professor Layton wouldn't stand for this. Ba-dum. I don't know, but this isn't, this is Syberia, so we'll keep spoilers for other games to a minimum. Good question, though. Is this guy drunk and sleeping? Oh, I probably need the punch cards. Ba-dum. Ew, what? So one of these, I wonder what they, can I look at them? This is the wrong card, so let's see if it does anything cool. It's Silent Night. That's a Christmas song, I think. That was not the right Christmas song. See what they played this time. We wish you a Merry Christmas? Oh no. Oh, this is Wedding. It's somebody's wedding tune. What is the actual name of that song? That's not it. What song is this? Okage Shadow King. Somebody asked me about that recently. It might have been Amy. Alright, here's the correct card. This is the opening of Chrono Trigger, yes. Dang, this one's all menacing. Lean spell? Lin spell? Leany? Lin run across? Dang. When I die, I hope
no
they...
longer need these punch cards.
Oh. When I die, I hope they bury me in like some sort of crazy contraption like this. Let's see. Excuse me, big yawn. I haven't had much sleep recently because of Crisis Core. Game's been out for like 80 hours and I have 50 hours. This is not it. Dang, I wonder how many people spent like a good 5 hours trying to find this key. It was in the hidden drawer. That's a question I ask myself a lot during these adventure games. It's like, I wonder how long somebody spent trying to find this one item. Yeah, this game won a bunch of awards for art and stuff, but like unfortunately, like it's cool, but at the same time, there's lots of things that you don't like. There's a lot of things like going on, so you don't notice like little subtle things, I guess sometimes. And it's really easy for me, at least, to like miss things, like miss little things. I'd have to go to every screen and be like, Hans Anna Verlbrog. It won't let me click on anybody else, just Hans. Wonder what they put in the coffin. What do you guys think is in the coffin? If you were to an entire mammoth. I think his dad hated mammoths. You think there's a body in the coffin? I feel like they would put something like crazy in here. Like the dad probably put like a note that's like, I did this because of the hatred for my son, but I regret everything. Henson is in it. I almost played the Somnium Files the other day. I was looking for something to play before Crisis Core came out, and I was like, what's something anime I could play? Somnium Files. And I was like, no, don't do it. Handbags? What about newspaper clippings? Mountain Fall kills local figure. This would have been put in the coffin after the fact. The Verlbog family was struck by tragedy yesterday. Rudolf Verlbog discovered the lifeless body of his son Hans at the bottom of the precipice. Loose rocks at the bottom. Blah blah. Loose rocks and poor visibility, occasioned by the morning mist, were probably the cause of the young man's fall. This is a theory put forward by the family, as there were no witnesses. Hans had just turned 18 years of age. 8 years ago, he suffered a similar serious accident from which he never fully recovered the full use of his mental faculties, however you say that word. Despite living almost as a recluse, he was still a well-known figure, as the future of Vorarlberg manufacturing lay in his hands. We at Valdien Gazette wish to extend our deepest sympathy, blah 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 blah. Yo, hello, Kurt Q. I'm sorry for your recent loss. There's also a voice cylinder in here, which means that this was all put in here after the fact. Which means that maybe there originally was nothing in here, unless Anna took it out and replaced it with these things. I need to check the fan wiki to find out. Blah blah blah, go all the way back to the estate. And back to Anna's office. Now we have to go back like 20 screens. Like when I'm watching somebody's like no mic stream. Because I know that things are going bad when they start using their mic. I'll watch like Chess Jerk play Zelda 1 randomizer. It's like no mic, whatever, no chat. And then he'll just start talking, and I'm like, well, I know things are going poorly for him because he's talking. And it's no mic, stream. RQ is in Shadow Dungeon or whatever, fighting Bongo. He gets out of the dungeon and immediately just goes on this like 20-minute like thing about going to like GTG or whatever, and I'm like, oh, he is losing it. Ganon's toilet. True. That's when I knew it was over. The factory. I need to go to the factory. I think that's this one. Nope. Not everybody's played Warcraft 1. Has Chaos been to Sargeras' tomb? Ever even seen Warcraft 1? It looks very 90s. How's he been retconned? I mean, I'm sure he has, but I'm curious. Blah. Oh, we're going over here. That's because he went insane. He was a good guy. Then Engath, whatever his name was. One of the ancient ones made him go insane to become the evil of all evil. Then you defeat him, and you defeat the ancient one, and it loses its grip on Sargeras. Right. No, that's basically it. I mean, but there's more to it than that. Like, that's the, like, TLDR of the TLDR. He went insane, and that's why he decided the only way to save the universe, because of the old gods. I forgot which one it was. It was the one in the ocean. Engoth? That might have been him. But you kill that guy, and he loses his grip on Sargeras, and Sargeras starts to realize what he's done was bad. And then Illidan, like, kills him, I think. This is not Anna Vorarlberg's. Get me out of this menu. I went the wrong way. I'm trying to go to her office. I'm here to play the voice box. Hello? Warcraft's got some really interesting lore, I think. Even if you never play the games, the books and, like, other material are really good. Yeah, lore is pretty much the only reason I'm, like, stuck with that game. It is definitely in a hot mess right now.
Over there. What do you mean, over there? Please, Hans. We've got to go. It's a secret. You've got to swear. Okay. I, Anna Vorarlberg, swear to my brother Hans to never, ever mention this to anyone.
Ooh, anime?
It's right there. You see?
But it's dark in there.
Don't worry. I took a lantern. From the factory. Girls,
Honestly.
You won't look so clever when Father notices you've stolen one of his lanterns. Oh, I'm all covered in mud because of you.
Look, Anna. Look.
I've seen paintings like this in a library book. They're like...
You swore, Anna. It's a secret between you and me. Hey, look. There's something else up there.
Oh, come on.
It's like a toy.
You can't change the past, Claude.
I have to have it. Give me some light.
But Hans, it's much too high. Do be careful, Hans.
Oh no! Oh, whew, man, that was close.
Be careful.
Oh no! Oh my god, is that how Hans died?
Lay in a coma, hanging
What if we overtime?
And then one morning he opened his eyes, but I knew he would never be the same again. We never did return to the cave, and to this day, I have never ever betrayed our secret.
Till now. Dang. I need this. That's how we knew to go to the cave, even though I already went to the cave. Back to the train station. How long is this game? Shorter than The Longest Journey. So shout outs to Clear Tonic playing Wild Arms 2. Clear Tonic being the one that actually wrote Trivia Bot. I was gonna say this game's probably like 6 hours or 8 hours or something, but I know that's not true. It's long enough. Not as long as The Longest Journey. I've actually been watching a Longest Journey long play while I've been playing Crisis Core, or grinding in Crisis Core. And Final Fantasy 11. I found there's a long play I normally watch just as like story stuff. I found one that literally clicks on everything imaginable. And I've learned a lot about the lore that I forgot about. Been interesting to say the least. It's interesting. I don't normally put number questions in trivia, but I did here. I wonder why I did. In here. Go back to the train station. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, there's a new Ragnarok game that I'm interested in playing. I don't want to say it looks terrible, but I did play Dreamfall. We played through the entire Longest Journey series here on stream. 1, 2, and 3. It was a 6-month journey that I'm sure all of us remember very well. Crazy Kickstarter? Yes. Claude. Not surprised. It truly was the longest journey. It really was. I'm guessing this goes in here. Do we get to watch this cutscene again? Well, we're not watching that again. Oh, okie dokie. I guess you can use one of these if you wanted to rewatch them. Did we ever watch this one? Hmm. It's just music. I can't. There's no mouse cursor. Code Veronica vibes. This music definitely sounds like it's out of Code Veronica. Alright, good music. Lieutenant Junior grade.
It's me again, Oscar.
Hey, Oscar.
Kate Walker.
I meant to give you my train
Don't
ticket.
think for one moment that I'm bored of you, Oscar, but I have to go.
I also have much to attend to, Kate Walker.
It's your boy, Oscar. Here's my train ticket.
There you are, Oscar. Does this mean we can leave now?
I cannot accept this ticket for the moment, Kate Walker. Keep it.
Why don't you want to take my ticket?
I must abide by regulations, Kate Walker. Not all departure conditions have been fulfilled. I must confirm your departure release.
You can be a real stickler for the rules, Oscar, my old fellow.
Oscar, my old fellow. How about now?
There you are, Oscar. Does...
I cannot
Why?
I must abide by regulations, Kate Walker.
You can be a...
Alright, leaving, coming back. What did one hot dog say to the other hot dog when they finished the race?
It's me again, Oscar.
Hello.
This train is a...
I am...
Mm-hmm.
Don't think for... There you are, Oscar. Does this mean we can leave now?
I cannot accept this ticket for the moment, Kate Walker. Keep it.
Why don't you want to take my ticket?
I must abide by regulations, Kate Walker. Not...
You can be...
I wonder what I'm missing.
And if I were to watch one of those cylinders again?
And if
And if I were to watch one of those cylinders again?
What? Ooh. Is this my
No
stuff?
point weighing myself down.
How did my stuff get here? Alright, well, we're on our own right now. Could be anything. We got the mammoth. We put the mammoth toy back. We got... It's over here.
I don't need that for the time being.
I don't need that for the time being. Oh, I never gave him this.
Here. This is your stupid train release ratification, Oscar.
Thank you, Kate Walker. That is perfect.
Now we give him our train ticket.
There you are, Oscar. Does this mean we can leave now?
I cannot accept this ticket for the moment, Kate Walker.
Oh my god.
I don't understand why you're still refusing to take this ticket.
Everything is in order, and an engineer prides himself.
On punctuality. Yes, Oscar, I remember. But what now? But what's up, Oscar? Why haven't you returned
What's up,
to your
Oscar?
engine room?
If I may be so bold as to express a personal opinion on this matter, Kate Walker,
I'm all ears, Oscar.
I fear we have omitted to wind up the locomotive springs.
What?
Is that all? Then let's do it for Christ's sake.
For Christ's
I'm afraid
sake.
I have no notion of how to implement this function, Kate Walker. It would seem that the makeshift completion of my production process is responsible for a lack of instruction on this matter.
Okay, right. I'll see to that myself then. I mean, a wind-up train can't be that complicated. You wait there. I won't be long.
Thank you, Kate Walker.
Wind up train. I'm gonna go wind up the train. Uh, uh, Who's everybody's favorite automaton? Mine's Noel. Ew. That is a big key. That's a good answer. How do I, I assume I need to open that? Some good whistling. Walt Disney could explain it. If you were Walt Disney, how would you explain it? How do I open the door for this? We pulled the lever. There's difference here. I was gonna post a picture of Noelle, but then she's got like 4,000 outfits. I gave up. Oh, wait. I might have been tricked. Ah, there we go. put that back. Can't remember this girl's first name. Their last name is So Young. You kept making So Young jokes. Maybe it's Hal. Hal So Young. That's not it.
Kate, it's me again.
Hey,
Dan, I was
Dan.
gonna call you.
Yeah.
Are you mad at me?
I've just called Marson and Lormont. They told me you weren't expected to return this week.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
So when are you coming home?
I don't know. There's nothing I can do about it. The situation is kind of tricky, you know. At the beginning of next week, I hope.
Yeah, whenever.
Dan, please. Just hang in there, okay?
Yo, Dusk, how's it
The stakes are
going?
higher than I thought. And you know how much I love this job.
I suppose it's neither here nor anywhere to you that the Goldbergs are going to...
It is. I mean, it isn't. I mean, Dan, this really isn't the moment. You know I'm thinking about you. I love you, sweetheart, and I'll give you a call when I have some news. Promise. I've got to go now. I've got kind of a train to catch.
A train? Where are you off to now? This is crazy, Kate.
To tell you the truth, I've no idea. Love you, honey.
We're going.
You know that.
Kate!
All right. We are now ready to take the train. Looking closely at the hint.
Right. Everything is in order then. The train is finally ready to leave.
I am most terribly embarrassed. Such ignorance on my part is inadmissible. I hope you still have confidence in my abilities, Kate Walker. Please return to your seat and we can leave.
Finally.
All right, here we go. Look at these graphics. Dang. Technology has come a long way. Wonder how many polygons are in this scene. Dang, I was hoping somebody would put Paimon. The opening of FF7. Kate jumps out carrying the Buster Sword. I know. What? Are we in the clouds? What is that? Is this a mountain? Who built all these tracks? Where do you guys think we are now? Syberia?
Where are we, Oscar?
At the halls of residence of Barockstadt University.
And do we really have to stop here?
The situation is incompatible with the pursuit of our journey.
What are you waiting for then? Wind them up, find a way. There must be some sort of train winding thing just laying around in this weirdo station.
I have seen
Oh,
nothing
what?
that fits that description, Kate Walker.
I guess we'd better find out then.
I do not like this station. The atmospheric humidity is detrimental to my sophisticated wheel workings. I will wait for you inside the train.
Wimp.
Wow.
And to think that when I first became a lawyer, I was worried I'd get stuck behind a desk.
Is something wrong, Kate Walker? Is the restaurant car service not to your liking? Would you like another pillow?
Don't
Ew, how
worry,
many pillows you
Oscar.
guys got?
Everything's just hunky-dory. And you are just hunky-dory too.
What is she hitting on him?
Oscar, there's no way you could help me find a way to wind the train back up again?
Rust awaits my every movement if I leave this train, Kate Walker. And what would you do with a rusty engine driver?
Not a lot, I suppose.
I think it's Kate. It is Kate.
Oscar, I think that Hans Vorarlberg once stayed in this town after he left Valadilen. Maybe this wasn't a chance stopover after all.
Nothing is left to chance in a railroad network.
Nothing
You
is left
agree
to
with me,
chance
then?
in a railroad
We have
network.
no concrete proof to support your hypothesis. The train stopped because the clockwork
think she's
mechanism
married,
is
yes.
unwound. That is the only concrete evidence we have, Kate Walker.
Her
I
husband
was
sucks.
just hoping for a little imagination on your part, Oscar.
No, Kate Walker. I am only an automaton, Kate Walker.
Yeah, Dan. Dan sounds terrible.
This train might be a wonder of technology, but the engine's limited autonomy is a liability. You got to admit that.
I am afraid I refuse to entertain this consideration, Kate Walker.
Rude, Kate. Rude. Rude.
Oscar, we have a serious problem. How can we carry on our journey if this train doesn't want to budge? What are our options?
Every clock has its key, Kate Walker. Keep looking.
Well, I hope you're right.
You know what they say?
I'm gonna go see what I can find.
Every clock has its key.
Oscar, see you later, alligator.
In a while, Kate Walker.
Ah. uh. Dang, look at this place. Anybody here a big fan of, what are they called? Aviaries? Is that what it is? Where it's like a bird, village? I go with Bird Village. Anybody here a fan of bird villages? Avery? I think that's what they might be called. I'm a big fan. Now it's got such variety of atmosphere that is fun. I see. I like birds squawking and stuff.
That thing looks like the winding machine I used in the Valadilen station.
Ah.
Got to find a way of getting the train up here.
Yeah, let's just push the train over here. There's no railroad tracks. Hey, look at this water. This is some 1999 looking water. It's so crazy how they made the water look like water. It's like flowing. Even over there. How they do that?
Kate Walker! Kate Walker! Come over here, please! I have something to say to you!
He's stuck because he stood outside the train. He sounded panicky. I hope he's okay. Oh, excuse me, big yawn.
Yes, Oscar, what is it?
A message has arrived for you.
Ew.
A message?
You have been summoned to see the rectors. They are the highest authority at the university. They want to talk to you.
Talk
What?
to me?
Yes, to the person responsible for the train.
So, I'm in charge now. Sure, okay. But why would these gentlemen want to see
Why?
me at all?
They do not say why, just that it's very important.
I'm under arrest. Not allowed to park here. Yeah, where the conductor now?
Everything okay, Oscar?
Yes, Kate Walker. I am awaiting your instructions.
And to think that when I first don't... There's a winding machine further on down there. But we're going to have to shift the train 50 yards.
Impossible,
Holmes?
Kate Walker. Train Engineer's Instruction Manual, Chapter 3, Article 2. Once the springs are slack, the train cannot move.
The train cannot move by itself, Oscar. Only by itself.
What she's trying to say is, Oscar, you gotta go outside.
You should take a look around
Push
the
it.
station, Oscar. It's amazing.
No, Oscar is an
Greenhouses
automaton.
that are all lit
We don't
up,
use the R
exotic
word here.
trees, and thousands of birds of all different colors.
I am obliged to avoid exposing my wheelwork to corrosive bird excreta. I shall remain inside to monitor the locomotive.
Of course. Well, too bad for you.
In this town, they're referred to as automatons.
Oscar, see you later, alligator.
In a while, Kate Walker.
Where are we going? This is where I would want to live. These are all the types of trees I'm not allergic to. Okay, where am I going? This direction is weird. Oh, I see. Okay, okay. I missed a step in the steps. Ooh, what? Ooh, what do you think they study at this university? Mammoths? There's a guy. Oh, there he is. Hello, new friend.
Hello.
Hey, baby, you party? You sure look pretty
Um,
fine. Love those big round eyes.
I gotta
Just who do you
go.
think you are?
Hey, spunky. I like that in a lady. Okay, I'm hooked. Come on, Zol. I'll let you buy me that coffee.
I don't remember ever asking.
Hey, don't play hard to get. I know you like it big time.
Listen, kid. Go back home
this
and
the guy
play with your
from
toy
The Longest
cars and
Journey?
forget you ever saw me.
The rude guy. Alright, while there's music and no bird squawking, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. Everyone stand up and do like 5 jumping jabs. I'll be right back. I just saw Claude's comment. You know the museum is half of the speed run of that game. Anyways. What was I doing? We're in a university. You think any of these are gonna come to life, like in Parasite Eve? Ooh. Hello, Jimmy. How's it going? I think I went the wrong way. Actually, I definitely went the wrong way. Yo, thank you. I hope you have a good Metal Gear December. Metal Gear December. I hear you. Hello. Guys from Shadow Madness.
Good day to you, gentlemen.
Tell me, young lady, to what do we owe this pleasure?
Please do be brief. We do not have very much time on our hands.
As rectors of this university, we have serious matters to attend to, and our time is precious.
I have heard you wish to meet the owner of the train that is currently in your station. May I know the reason for your summons?
You're not the
We
owner.
are surprised that your train has not yet left, miss. The situation is most regrettable.
The rules do clearly state that trains are meant to come and go and not remain stationary at a platform.
Trains should first stop, then subsequently leave. That is the rule.
We agree then, dear colleagues, that what we're dealing with is deviant behavior.
This matter really is cause for concern.
It's a clockwork train, you see? So it needs winding up again. Unfortunately, there is no equipment in the station to do this.
A clockwork train? That's strange.
How very quaint. You mean it's some sort of mechanical toy?
You are causing a hindrance to us, miss.
I'm here to save Christmas.
I am very hopeful that I will find what I need along the wall.
The wall? Miss, that really is not a suitable place for you to go.
What?
Especially for a young lady.
You see, miss, we freely admit that every day we praise the existence of that
The
particular
wall.
edifice. We owe the integrity of our dear university and the fine education it provides to the wall.
It protects us from harm and invasion from the unknown.
May
Praise
God
be to the
protect
wall.
us from what is beyond those ramparts, miss. Please believe me.
I don't have any choice. I must continue my journey.
Such a decision is a correct one since it's in line with regulations.
Thus, your train will indeed be able to leave.
And consequently cease to obstruct our station.
Claude.
I haven't introduced myself. My name is Kate Walker.
Walker, haven't we already had a Miss Walker? Ethnology Masters, September 1953, if my memory serves me correctly.
Perfectly well, my dear colleague. But if I may be so bold, it was a Mr. Walker and not a Miss. It was Bill Walker, sat the June 68 exams. The impudent fool turned up for the oral assessment in jeans.
Oh my God.
Strict internal regulations which explicitly state the required uniform for the occasion.
Pure incitement. It was scandalous. Sadly,
These guys
we
are
have
the
seen
leader of
worse
that one
since.
town in near.
Young people lack all respect of traditional values.
Tradition, young lady. One must always uphold tradition.
What?
Can you possibly help me out here?
Miss, your insistence is almost verging on indecency.
We cannot constantly be at your disposal. We have many other requests to attend to.
If you don't mind, could you not disturb us all the time? Thank you.
Does the name Hans Vorarlberg mean anything to you by chance?
Ah, one of the brightest, most idealistic intellects to have graced our university. Hans Vorarlberg. I remember speaking to him once. I was still a student at the time. He just stared at me, lost in thought for a while. He scarcely ever said a word. But how can one forget him?
Idealistic? I'll grant you that. But bright? Oh, don't go too far. He was completely incapable of passing any exams. All he ever did was to sit in on lessons, and not many of them either. Paleontology, mainly. He had an unhealthy passion for mammoths. Which
Unhealthy?
matched the state of his intellect perfectly. That is to say, prehistoric.
Dang, these guys are rude.
Prehistoric? How dare you? A little far-fetched, maybe. But he did have flashes of intellectual brilliance, comprehensible only to high-minded scholars who hold no score by appearances. My dear colleague, your hasty conclusions are somewhat cavalier.
My assessment is wholly accurate. The boy was a little odd. You must concur if my father, who was rector of the university at the time, had not shown great indulgence towards him. Hans Vorarlberg would have never attended this establishment.
What about the bandstand, then? Is that the work of a deranged mind? Even after all these years, you are still jealous of it.
My dear colleagues, I beseech you, let's show some decorum.
Bandstand.
We have a visitor. What do you want with Hans Vorarlberg, miss? Are you a member of his family?
No, not at all. I'm looking for him to clear up an inheritance matter. Is he still here?
What? Here? At the university? No, not at all. He left a long time ago. Yes, a very long time ago. The very year I was nominated to this position, in fact. Almost 50 years ago.
50
already.
years?
The poor soul moved on once he learned all he needed to know about mammoths.
Ah, this establishment was never quite the same after his departure, it must be said.
You mean to say it was never as bad? All that oddball brought to this university was his misplaced fantasies.
Gentlemen, let's try to retain the calm and level-headedness that befits our position.
Excuse me.
Miss, we find ourselves terribly put out by the presence of your train in our station and by its recurrent immobility.
Indeed, the situation is very regrettable. Your huge locomotive is very cumbersome.
A train should first stop, then subsequently leave. That is the rule.
Why don't they have like a key, like on the train that you just put in the thing and like twist it? Did they not think about this? They could have even put it inside the train so that the conductor just like needs to go in there and twist it every so often.
That idea of the station aviary is really very original.
It's the pride
Aviary.
of our university. One of the specialties taught here is zoology, you see. And
I
more
almost got a degree in zoology.
Ornithology. Proper study and instruction should not be limited to books. Observation of living matter is indissociable from theoretical questions.
It contains some very rare specimens that have been brought back from far away exotic countries, especially for our university, by the world's most intrepid explorers.
Do you remember Alexander Valenbois and his peculiar bird?
Ew.
Absolutely. His gift produced some very embarrassing long-term consequences.
A poison chalice, indeed. It must be said, the situation could have been much worse, however.
Oh, yes, it could have been terribly problematic.
Hmm.
You see, I didn't actually intend to stop here, but the springs of my train gave up, you see?
No, not really. You mean to say you're not a student?
You have arrived a little late in the term, miss. Enrollment for this year has already terminated.
But as rectors of this university and therefore representatives of its highest authority, we could bend the rules a little, if you like.
You don't understand. I'm a lawyer from New York, or rather Valladolid more precisely. My client wants to buy out an old mechanical toy factory, but its heir isn't actually dead and is living somewhere in Syberia. I've got to get to him to sign the sales contract. You see?
You see?
Not really. This is a most peculiar tale.
A kerfuffle of the highest
A
order.
kerfuffle.
We have an excellent law school, if you should ever change your mind.
What do I need to go to? I already went to law school.
Here we are, busy chatting, and look at the clock. It's tea time.
Already? My word, doesn't time fly by?
Thank you for a charming visit, miss.
And thank you, gentlemen.
I've ever been in a kerfuffle. Hello, sir.
Excuse me. Sir, please, just a moment.
Yes, what is it? I'm not deaf, you know.
I am sorry to disturb you in your work, sir, but...
This young Mammothus primigenius is barely 40,000 years old. Fantastic, wouldn't you say, miss?
Alright, this is gonna sound really
yes.
random, but this guy's
Probably.
Viejas in Blade and Soul.
I mean, probably.
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, you don't know, I see. What can I do for you, my dear child?
To tell you the truth, I don't know very much about mammoths, and I'm not here as a student. In fact,
Music
I'm a
is
lawyer.
very loud.
It's all right. Nobody's perfect. All the same, the study of the Pleistocene period is fascinating.
Rude.
I'm sure it is, but I'm sorry to say my current mission is totally monopolizing my time. Another time, maybe.
Ah, that's what they all say. But anyway, let me present myself. I'm Cornelius Ponce, Emeritus Professor and Lecturer at the University of Barhochstadt. I'm proud to say that I'm head of the Department of Paleozoology at our university.
Kate Walker, pleased to meet you. I feel I've lost my way a little here. I could really do with your help.
Oh, my dear child, you've chosen your moment. I absolutely must finish off my lecture for this afternoon.
It's a lecture about mammoths?
Oh, yes and no. More specifically, it is about their migration. Do excuse me, I need to concentrate.
What month is Xeno month? Xeno May. Xeno Feb. Xeno Feb.
To tell you the truth, I'm
Stamp of
looking for
approval.
Mr. Hans Vorarlberg. He's the sole heir of a very unusual factory. My company is in charge of negotiations for the takeover of this factory. At last word, he was living in Syberia. So, as soon as my train is ready, I'll be continuing my journey eastwards.
Syberia. Ah, Syberia. But what was it you said again?
Said what?
You mentioned a name. The person you are looking for.
Up dog?
Vorarlberg. Hans Vorarlberg. Do you know him?
Hans Vorarlberg. How could I forget him? Such an extraordinary fellow. So inventive. We shared a passion for mammoths, you know, and we bonded over this passion. Without it, I confess, I would have had little to do with an odd, ageless retard like Hans.
Oh.
At the time, we were
Tifa.
both students. Well, sort of. Put it this way. Hans had special permission to attend paleontology lectures. You see, he didn't really have the necessary qualifications. In exchange, Hans did a few odd jobs around the university.
Your Hans Vorarlberg sounds uncannily like the one I'm looking for.
I'm not sure, my dear. Hans was above all questions of money and business. Just to imagine him running a factory, perish the thought.
Can you tell me a little bit more about him?
He was always a mystery to me. He never said very much, and never quite seemed to grasp what you said to him. He expressed himself instead through his incredible mechanical contraptions. His inventions, I admit, have been much appreciated by the university. The few times we really did talk, it was about his strange interest for mammoths and a doll. Some sort of doll that obsessed him.
A doll, you say?
The one on my
Yes.
train?
He kept talking about it. One day he described it to me. A sort of children's toy. A miniature mammoth mounted by a mout. It appears he found it in a cave not far from his home. The event all sounds very dramatic. His account was slightly confused, but it awoke a great interest in me.
What do you mean?
To my knowledge, there is only one tribe who made figurines featuring a mout, and that tribe is the Yukols. They live in the farthest reaches of Syberia, and for them, the dolls constituted a sacred object, illustrating one of their central legends. How such a doll made the journey from the frozen Siberian north to a cave in the French Alps is a mystery to me. Even today, it is beyond my comprehension.
Have you considered that Hans Vorarlberg was maybe making it up? You said yourself he didn't seem to have all his mental facilities intact.
No, that's impossible. Hans couldn't invent the story like that. The doll is a sacred part of the Syberia legend. He described it to me in exact detail. Syberia itself is a chimera that paleontologists of the world are very fond of pursuing.
Arriving in Bergstadt is an amazing experience. I've never seen such a station.
You came by train?
Yes, in a kind of clockwork train with a spring mechanism that winds down regularly.
You mean you drive a train? Young ladies of today never cease to amaze me.
Oh, no, I'm not the engineer. The train's engineer is actually an automaton. I am sorry, all this probably sounds very strange.
A clockwork train, driven by an automaton. I once knew a man long ago who could have invented such a train. It was he who designed the bandstand in the main square. To think that he was even capable of creating such a gadget. He was astounding, a true genius. But oddly, at the same time, he was also almost a child. It was as if his mental and physical evolution had definitively halted at the age of 10. Can you believe that?
Yes. I think I can believe that. At least I'm beginning to. My train stopped in a peculiar aviary. It's very odd. A lot of bird species seem to seek harbor there.
Ornithology is far from being my favorite subject, but I must concede that the station is the pride of the university. It was initially intended for teaching purposes, but then birds started arriving from all around the world. It seems that there are still rare species breeding there and flourishing.
Are there? Can you give me an example?
I have been told about a kind of bird with peculiar habits. Let's see now, the Amazon cuckoo, that's right. But, I'm so foolish, I can't remember what was so special about it. Just that its behavior is very peculiar.
The Amazon? Where's the Amazon? What is the Amazon?
I'm sorry, my dear, but one cannot learn everything in a lifetime.
Amazon cuckoo.
Specialization
Is this where I
key to
would
real
post the
knowledge.
cuckoo
Why
emote?
don't you pay a visit to our library?
Thank you very much. Please do excuse my persistence, Professor, but did Hans Vorarlberg ever talk about his childhood? About Valadilene and his sister, Anna?
No, not that I recall.
Pity.
When I think of Hans, I'm always reminded of a mysterious mammoth doll he would talk about so often. A small effigy of a mammoth made of hide and mounted with its own miniature maut. How come he was so lucky? Why have I not seen this?
Got one on my train.
I'll leave you in peace. I hope I haven't disturbed you too much.
Sorry? No, not at all, my dear child.
Found it. Alright, now where are we going? Imagine being stuck in a museum for 3 hours.
Hello?
So, you got him then, this air?
Ah, it's you, Mr. Marson. Good day, and how are you, sir?
I'll feel a whole lot better when this whole business is over and the sales contract is signed. Where the hell are you?
I'm in Barkstadt.
What? What in God's name are you doing there?
It's a magnificent university town. It would appear Hans Vorarlberg once passed by here several years ago.
So if he isn't there anymore, then there's no point hanging around.
I hear what you're saying, sir, but I have good reason to believe that Hans Vorarlberg is still alive. For the time being, I'm trying to gather extra information from people who have known him.
What's your next destination?
I'm not exactly sure yet.
Doesn't sound like you know too much, Kate.
I just need a bit of time, Mr. Marson.
Yeah, well, time is what you ain't got. Keep me posted.
I wonder how many people had some of these screens set as their like desktop wallpaper. They're like, God, the screen looks awesome. I'm gonna make this my background. Like this one. This was somebody's desktop wallpaper.
Hey there! On the boat!
Hey there.
Tag, schöne Mademoiselle.
My husband say, hello, young lady. You want to talk to us?
The FMV shot of Midgar. I've got a loading screen from Crisis Core right now.
My name is Kate Walker, and I'm a lawyer. I'm in charge of this train. This situation is really very new to me.
Lawyer, good job. Earn lot of money.
A lot? A lot? No, I wouldn't go that far. But I can't really complain, I guess. There's worse.
Lawyer always ask a lot of money.
Can we change the subject, please? I really don't want to go down this road.
This game was like 640 by 320 or whatever back in the day. Everybody with their 800 by 600 desktops or whatever. Had to stretch this to the proper size. Not me. My background is in 4K and I had to squish it down a little bit. There's like this weird... Okay, so you see... Oh, there's this weird black bar on the left and right of the screen. For some reason, the loading screen in the assets that I'm using as my background also had this weird black bar on the only on the right though. I had to cut it out. Very strange that it was there.
I have a little problem with my train. It's kind of broken. I've
Also,
absolutely got
LOL
to get it
at
out of the station.
Hanako trapped in the
Do you
bathroom.
think you could tow it over to the wall with your barge?
Lock closed. Barge blocked.
Oh.
But if the locks were open, would it be okay to tow my train then?
Por qué no? More money for that werk.
Da, it's possible. My husband say we help you if you give money.
Right. And how much do you want?
Cinquante.
He want $150.
What?
$150? I don't have that much.
No money, no barge.
Let me offer you 75.
Nay, $125.
Out of the question. $100 and not a dime more.
Correct. You have barge for $100.
Great. Now, don't move. I'll be back as quick as possible with the money.
Mm.
You must really get to see the countryside. Do you know New York at all?
We not understand.
I'm looking for a funny little man who was supposed to live in Syberia. Can you imagine that? Syberia. I expect you've already been there.
Si vraga come to Syberia?
Syberia. No. Too cold. Barge no break ice.
I read Good Haggling, Kate Walker, and the automaton voice. I forgot his name. Oscar? Oscar's voice. There we go.
I hope my train isn't too big for your barge.
Tis okay. Motorboat erste Klasse.
My husband say correct. Powerful motor.
Oscar Mildwiener.
I mean, we're not exactly very far from the winding machine, are we? It's dumb, isn't it? All this effort to go a few yards.
Put train in barge? Nay, not possible.
Have you gone down to take a look around the station yet? It's amazing. You know, it's full of exotic birds.
Me to my gear? Ja. Ja, met plezier.
We no leave boat. Husband is land sick.
Name?
I just met with the university rectors, and they ordered me to remove my train out of their station. I mean, it's a total joke. How do you remove a train that can't move in the first place? You don't have any ideas, do you?
We know nothing of train. You up your own creek.
Your generosity warms my heart.
Ah.
I'll leave you to it. I won't disturb you again.
Do svidania.
You too. Anyways, I love birds. Wanted to be a penguin doctor for a really long time. It's gonna go to a marine biology school in Washington State, I think it was. My stepsister went there. There's still time. I had one problem. I can't handle... You have to take a few courses on like veterinary and stuff, and I can't handle like needles and scalpels and any doctor veterinarian related things. I can't handle the physical things. Yeah, I can't handle the objects. I can handle a lot of other things. But, like, emotionally, they freak me out. Hello, my 3 new friends. Can you please lend me
Gentlemen,
$100?
Forgive me for disturbing you again, but I have a little problem.
A little problem, a little problem. Everyone has little problems now, you know.
Yes.
They are kept to oneself, and they don't stop the world from turning.
Nor trains from leaving stations.
Lend me
Some sailors have
$100.
agreed to tow the train.
$50,000.
But I don't have enough money to pay them. I was wondering if you could help me out. For a while. I could work for the money.
Please wait, miss. We have
Whisper
certain
nonsense into the microphone.
configurations to attend to.
That is right. We must confibulate between ourselves. A collegiate decision must be taken.
I hope that we are not indisposing you in any way.
Confibulate.
If
Is
it
that
helps
a
us get rid of that train.
Is that a toothpaste?
My word, that is a fine idea.
What do you have in mind, gentlemen?
When you arrived here, you must have noticed a splendid bandstand which honors the main university courtyard.
A unique piece of mechanical craftsmanship which no longer works, alas.
Why, yes, we have very moving memories of its melodies. We're prepared to offer you a financial reward if you can set it working again.
With pleasure. What do I have to do?
Is it working?
Unfortunately, my dear, time and rust have taken their toll on this university, and our automatons no longer have a spring in their step. You are going to have to be resourceful.
To tell you the truth, there are a number of complex mechanisms here in Barakstadt, and it would appear that we have unfortunately lost their operating instructions.
Your train, however, is an extremely ingenious invention, so you should be no stranger to complex mechanisms, should you? We are therefore counting on your ingenuity, miss.
I hope that I can show myself worthy of your faith in me, gentlemen.
Well, my dear colleagues, one more university matter nicely tied up.
I don't know how I could actually confirm that, Claude. I mean, I can look up to see how many times Undine is in the answers, I guess. But I mean, all the Secret of Mana questions are from #RPG Trivia.
Here we are, busy chatting.
All right.
Thank you.
And
Can't check right now, though. Where am I going? Blah, blah, blah. That sounds like a lot. Shelly might also be pretty close to that. Maybe. I wonder if I ever fix the Paper Mario questions I was supposed to fix.
this thing's jammed.
Jammed, you say?
This thing's jammed.
A golden egg? Maybe. It has me going and clicking on things that I'm not sure I actually need to click on. Like, for example, I don't know that I needed to actually go to the door. I mean, maybe I did. Like the one I just went to, because I couldn't do anything there. And like right now, it's telling me I need to go over to the section to see that I need a key.
I need a key.
Was I required to click on that so that the game registers that I need a key? I don't know. There's been so many times, Claude, where I feel like I'm going through the guide, that the guide writer wrote the guide while they were blind playing the game. And you're like, did you really just do this your first time through? That's a good answer. I'm looking for a hook on the ground. If I run past it, I probably ran past it. Alright.
I can't go that way.
I can't go that way. Hey Nirm, have you tried that new Ragnarok game? Ragnarok side scroller. I forgot what it's called. Ragnarok Origins, maybe? No, it's not a mobile one. It's PC. It's coming soon on... It's coming soon on Steam, but you can get it, I think, on their official website. I think it's called Ragnarok Origins? More something? Ragnarok... I forgot the name. I'm looking for a bench. It says to cross the train tracks. I'm looking for a bench. You did it! Anyways, Nerm, it looks from the little bit I've seen of it, it looks like Dungeon Fighter Online, but with Ragnarok Online characters. I'm gonna try it out when it comes to Steam. I don't think I was supposed to go... It says to go over the train tracks. There's literally no bench. This can't be right. I'm going back this way. Ragnarok Battle Offline. I don't know what that one is. Or do I? I got any of them benches? Not beaches. Benches. Oh my god. This beach. Yeah, I got any of them beaches? I don't know how to read. I'll learn to read one day, though. Yo, what up, dog?
Hello.
You arrived by train, I see.
Yes, I've come from Valadilen.
It's been a long time since I've seen a train here. Students, did you bring students with you?
No, I traveled alone.
Life's a bench.
Well, almost alone.
I remember around the start of fall, trains would bring kids from all around the world here to study zoology and botany, paleontology.
Happy Breath of Fire, April.
This is a great university.
By the way.
And it isn't still great today, then?
Today? Well,
Y'all remember the last Breath of Fire, April? When we all speed ran Dragon Quarter?
Have you been the station master of Barukstadt for a long time?
I've never had another job. Now, you
No, Demon Smalls.
No, I mean, I'm not sure.
You not remember the last Breath of Fire, April?
Come here to do some bookworming over at the university?
Well, sort
We
of.
all
I'm
speed ran
always
Dragon
looking for
Quarter.
new information.
Especially the LCC.
And about that train, it's gonna get in the way if you leave it there, that's for sure.
In fact, I'm a lawyer and I'm conducting a pretty unusual investigation.
Investigation, huh? Hey, you know, I'm just a station master. I don't know too much about anything.
Well, you never know. Anybody could be significant in this case.
See, nobody actually tells me anything, so my hands are
This guy.
totally clean.
He murdered somebody.
Or implied they weren't.
He murdered somebody. To actually answer your question, Demon Smalls, we have Resonance of Fate November, Metal Gear December, Chrono Cross March, and Breath of Fire April. The first Breath of Fire April? No way. There was that last time when we all speedran Dragon Quarter.
I feel like I've lost my way a little here. I could really do with your help.
Hey, anything I can do, miss, you just let me know.
This is a long-standing tradition, Jimmy.
The name Hans Vorarlberg doesn't mean anything to you by chance, does it?
Oh, do you really think I'd remember one little name from the thousands that passed through this station?
How can you not remember Hans
The name
Vorarlberg?
Oh,
He literally made the train.
It seems that your superiors object to the presence of my train in the station. Not exactly easygoing, are they?
Well, it's not that they're difficult to please, but I find that the less I have to do with them, the better things are. Give a drift. Birds, more peaceful than employers. And respect for the regulations. Now that brings peace of mind.
Yes, birds.
All these birds in a station. It's amazing.
This is no ordinary station, miss. Oh, no. These birds are part of the prestigious University of Barukstadt Ornithological Collection. Over the years, this aviary has housed some of the most fantastic species from all over the world. And I am not exactly your typical station master either. This little world is my responsibility, and that is no easy task.
This guy kind of sounds like Brian Westhouse.
And you know what's the hardest? The hardest thing is to keep interspecial harmony.
Kind of.
And one day some explorer introduced a couple of cuckoos from the Amazon. Whoa.
It wasn't a good idea?
A nightmare. You know, cuckoos lay their eggs in the nests of other species, right? Now, what's more, they also push the host's eggs out of the nest so that they receive all the mother's attention, right? Accursed cuckoos. Nightmare.
I see what you mean. That's one tricky bird. And there was nothing you could do to stop it?
The faculty declared the bird a protected species. If it wasn't for our mechanical eagle, we were sitting on a major ornithological catastrophe.
You have an automaton here?
A wonder of technology. It's an eagle that's mounted on rails in the air. It passes through and it swoops down to collect parasite eggs. But heck, the dang eagle's been out of order for several years. Impossible to collect the eggs myself.
Why not?
I can't climb up the gangway. I fell off it several months back, and I still have a pain in my spine. Not to mention the vertigo I've been getting. I only have to look up in the air. Whoa.
You poor soul.
I know what that's
that
like.
Must be very hard.
Worst thing is, cuckoo eggs piling up in the nests. Soon the rectors are gonna notice. There's trouble in store. Big trouble. I'm worried. Yep, worried.
The sailors on the barge reckon they could help me tow my train out of here, but they're asking for money. You couldn't possibly help me out with a few dollars, could you? I would be very grateful.
Miss, really? I'm surprised at you. Asking for
I'm
money
desperate.
from a total stranger. Oh.
Right. I need cash. I need it to get my train out of your station, because my train is getting in your way, disturbing your birds, and upsetting your bosses.
Look, lady, I'm only a station master. I got my problems, and you got yours.
I've just been to see the rectors, and they told me to get the train out of the station as quick as I can.
I thought they'd say that. Rules are rules, and you gotta stick by them. Not a good idea to get into trouble with the university administration.
Absolutely. I've got enough worries as it is. What should I do then?
Well, I suggest you move your train.
But it's like I say, the springs are unwound. Everyone seems to think it's my fault.
The locomotive's engine might not work, it's true, but maybe there's some other way.
Cordelia.
It's a possibility, I suppose. What were you thinking of exactly?
Nothing. It was just an idea. Anyway, miss, you shouldn't hang around here. I have a job to do. Yes, sirree.
I don't think I'll run out of months, Cordelia, because everyone keeps telling me I'm not allowed to assign any more months.
Welcome to Barrockstadt, miss.
Everyone keeps saying, no, you're not allowed. And I keep saying, but tracking near January. Nah, I get a slap on the wrist. I get hit on the head with the newspaper. What? Okay, we're finally going to do the thing I thought we were probably going to do, which is take the mammoth doll to the professor. Hello, Oscar. I'll take this. Now we go all the way back. Would like to note that if you would like to shave off a few frames, Guardian is in fact an accepted answer. Sure does, Claude. It wants me to see everything. This screen, that screen, this screen. This screen. It was this way.
Do
Brought you
excuse me, Professor.
a toy.
Professor, sorry to disturb you again. Professor, I have brought you
Professor.
something that should be of interest to you. Look.
What have you got there, then? Let's see. An effigy of a mammoth. But this is Hans' doll, is it not? Yes, of course it is. How on earth did you... Oh, my God. It's in my hands. It exists. It really exists. Please do excuse me. I'm deeply, deeply moved.
You see? Your Hans and my Vorarlberg heir are one and the same.
This is incredible. After all these years, how can I ever thank you, my dear? Oh, I must waste no time. I'm off to my laboratory.
I'll take
must study this
$100.
carefully. May I borrow your treasure a moment?
Well, actually,
Don't worry, miss. I will take the greatest care of it. But I need to study it. You see, it has such importance to me that this very afternoon I shall deliver an impromptu lecture to my students about this very object. If you are interested in Hans Vorarlberg, then it is essential that you attend.
Do you think so?
Obviously. Give me your telephone number and I will call you the moment my lecture begins. I will return you your doll at the end. You have my word.
He might be. Good. Wait. Top secret. Nice. New cylinder. Okay. What?
I don't need that for the time being.
Okay, well, I'm taking all this other stuff. Looking for a test tube. What? Oh, it was the test tube holder. I don't know how to read. Why does anybody let me play games like this?
Want to know, miss?
I would like to
You
know.
told me earlier about a lecture on some ancient Siberian tribe called the Ooks or something?
The Yukals, my dear.
You were so
Careful
close.
not to confuse them with the Ukistran people of Central Asia.
Do excuse me. I wanted to know if your lecture is going to start soon.
Your eagerness to learn delights me, my dear. But I haven't finished studying this marvelous mammoth effigy yet. Don't worry, I will call you. See you later.
I'll leave you in peace. I hope I haven't disturbed you too much.
Sorry? No, not at all, my dear child.
Just saw something in the table of contents for this game. There's a lot I don't remember about this game. One of these sounds... One of the areas we go to. Sounds great. Book. Okay, here we go. Gonna read this 300-page book out loud. I cannot read any of this. Who wrote this? Alright, this is a book about birds. We have the red Amazon cuckoo. We're learning all about it right now. This is also a page about this bird that I'm reading out loud. We learn even more information about this bird on page 371 and page 372. Look at these high quality grapes. Learning so much. It's going to teach us about the Forest Sauvignon grapes. So that we can drive the birds away from the ladder to solve that puzzle. Oh, I learned something. I'm gonna talk to this guy.
Excuse me. Can I disturb you a second?
No.
You could be a little bit nicer about it.
No.
Keep quiet. In case you haven't noticed, we're somewhere that requires silence and tranquility.
Who needs action when you can just talk out your problems? Everything I just made up about that book was true. That's what this guide says. Read all the way through. Looks like the birds blocking the ladder in the train station can be lured away with the grapes. You can find those somewhere in the station. Go up the stairs. Go to the right. Go up ye old ladder. And Gordia, that sucks. I like birds, but not enough to become a bird watcher. Maybe that's why I like harpies so much, is because I like birds. It's all coming together. Harpies are my favorite mythological creature. Non-fictional mythological creature. Alright, time to read another 300-page book about birds. Mushrooms. Mushroom. Hunter. Mushroom. Mushrooms. Alright, good book. How do I get down? Oh. Now, when we learned about the Yangala cola mushrooms. You're now going to ask again for $100. Our good pals that we met from Shadow Madness.
Gentlemen, forgive...
A little...
You wouldn't know if there is any Forest Sauvignon here in Barrackstadt, would you?
Absolutely.
When he says absolutely, he means, of course, absolutely none.
What?
What we mean, of course, is that we are absolutely positive there is no Forest Sauvignon here in Barrackstadt.
What?
Really? Are you sure? Because I read in a book that Barrackstadt possesses a number of plants. I wouldn't mind getting a hold of some if possible.
Out of the question, miss.
The assistant rector means to say that our priority is for you to remove your train from our station. Your research will have to wait until your next stop.
Yes, that's right. Your train must leave the station immediately, so please refrain from wasting our time in needless visitations.
Don't forget the regulations, miss. Don't forget them. Trains should first stop, then subsequently leave. And quickly.
Working on it, Chaos. I'm working. I need $100 so that I can move the train.
Here we are, busy chat all that
and
now we gotta go all the way back to the professor. I admire all the museum scenery. Look back about on all those times we ever spent stuck in a museum. Even though it's a university and not a museum. Oh man, big yawn. What are we on? 71? An award-winning game with lots of scenery. Where was I going again? The professor. Got any up dogs in chat? Who's ready for some up dogs? I didn't say anything. Oh, thank you for... Look at all this up dog. I'm surrounded by up dogs. I'm meaning to look up and see if this game had any shared development processes with The Longest Journey. A lot of this looks like, a lot of this reminds me, like, graphically, stylishly of The Longest Journey.
What is it you want to know, miss?
I want to know about the grapes.
If I were to say Forest Sauvignon to you, what would you say?
Oh, let's see. Sauvignon. Sauvignon? I would say it's some kind of tropical shrub, don't you think?
We are talking about the same plant, then. It is a very rare shrub with small, juicy fruits. I found a book about the Amazon, and it says that there are even Sauvignon plants growing right here in Barrackstadt. You wouldn't know where, would you?
Amazon Sauvignon plants here? No? No, I don't think there are any. Highly implausible. But you should ask the station master. He is
The station master back at the bench.
So he could tell you more than me.
Oh, thanks very much. I'll leave you in peace.
Sorry?
Double H. One day I'll play through the Beyond Good and Evil again. I tried it once before. I think I played it for like 2 or 3 hours. It's also an award-winning game. I couldn't get into it. I should give it another try. I think somebody gifted it to me on Steam. I don't remember. But I have it on Steam. Maybe they moved. Chaos. Maybe they were in one location and then they moved to the other. There are some Seawalker. There's quite a number of them. I put them in there to inspire others to play Industrial Spy, Operation Espionage. I think there's 10 I Spy questions in trivia. It's like, I want to say I picked at least one question for like every major character.
I'm sorry to...
What?
Where might I find some Forest Sauvignon plants, please?
No place around here, that's for sure. I don't know what you're talking about. That stuff's from the Amazon.
You know, for someone who knows nothing about the plant, you seem pretty well informed about which mysterious faraway country it comes from.
Oh, Amazon, Peru, Papua New Guinea, it's all the same to me. Gotta go. Gotta work.
Wait, don't go.
What's this guy's deal?
You know what? I don't think he was being totally straight with me.
Were his hands covered in like berry juice? Is this some kind of illegal drug? Boy. Awesome. I look forward to hearing your review.
Excuse me, Station Master, but I need you again.
Can't you see I am very, very busy?
No.
Well, I am. Very busy.
10 out of 10.
But, okay.
12 out of 10.
I think I can give you a minute of my time.
I'm looking for a kind of little juicy berry. You don't know where I could find some?
Trisha Bacon.
Look, lady, the station doesn't have any Sauvignon berries. Not even Forest Sauvignon.
Funny you should mention it. That's exactly what I was looking for. Forest Sauvignon.
Sauvignon, raspberries, red currants, they're all the same to me. And we don't grow none of them here.
But you see, I have just read a very interesting book which says that the rare Sauvignon berry is actually cultivated here in the famous Barokstadt University aviary itself.
Well, if it's in a book, then don't believe everything you read, miss.
I don't know why, but I don't think you're telling me the truth.
What do you mean? I don't know. How should I know where to find your stupid grape? Go ask your professor, what's his name, Pons, the paleontologist.
But you're the master of this station, so you should know better than anyone.
Nobody tells me anything. I don't know. Go see the old guy with the fossils.
I won't disturb you when you...
Welcome.
What do y'all think is the deal with these berries? Why nobody wants to get any for me? They gotta be illegal or something. They're probably used to make, like, hallucinogens with the mushrooms. They're combined with those crazy mushrooms we read about in that one book. They're very important. Boo. What's everybody's favorite berry? Berry with an E, not berry with an A. Woolly berry. Wild Arms? Question mark. Do blackberries?
What is it you want to know, miss?
You wouldn't know where the forest Sauvignon plants are kept in Barakstadt, would you?
Why do you think there are Sauvignon plants here?
I read about it in a book at the library.
Try going to see the station master. If such a shrub exists, he will have a better idea than anyone.
It's actually he who sent me to you. I thought it a little strange, but he definitely said ask the paleontologist. You're the only one here, aren't you?
Yes, yes indeed. What a strange way to behave. Well, I think he must have made a mistake, that's all. Nobody tells me anything here. Maybe you should ask the rectors. After all, they are in charge of the university.
All right, thanks. I'll leave you in peace.
Sorry?
Yes. There's got to be a connection between the mushrooms and this grape. I go back to these guys. Get them to tell us the truth. Dr. Willie. Dr. Albert Willie. Alright, team. I'm here for some answers.
Gentlemen.
A little.
They are kept to
North.
Tell me.
Are you sure there are no Amazon Sauvignon plants in Barakstadt? Because I have just interviewed the
Happy
station
35th.
master and the paleontologist, and what they said really didn't convince me that there wasn't any here.
We are quite definite on this point. There are no Sauvignon plants growing in Barakstadt.
You see, miss, the Amazon Forest Sauvignon is a rare shrub that requires very special conditions for growth.
That's right. Conditions that are very hard to reproduce, believe you me.
difficult, but not impossible. Fortunately,
Wait a
our
minute.
garden has proved very successful.
Your garden? So, there is a garden in Barakstadt?
Oh, the garden. Well, if there was one, it would be only a little garden hidden behind the station. But our station master would be very proud of it.
He would take very good care of it, too. Everything would grow marvelously if we were able to cultivate it at all, and it would be all down to his gardening prowess.
And we would be proud as punch. And we wouldn't forget the role the paleontologist might play in this.
What's the paleontologist got to do with it all?
Yes, Chaos.
Without him and without his laboratory, how would we make the wine, do you think?
And it would be good wine indeed, my dear colleagues, would it not?
Oh, yes, a delightful balm to soothe away our long hours of toil and our heavy responsibilities.
we would wait impatiently every year for the arrival of the year's produce.
So, if I have understood you correctly, there are indeed Sauvignon plants in Barockstadt. They are cultivated in a garden behind the station, then turned into wine by the paleontologist's loving care. And finally, the pleasure of tasting is yours. If I'm not very much mistaken, gentlemen, you have a minor racket operating here.
Miss, you do go jumping to some hasty conclusions.
We never said that. That's
It's a good thing I'm a lawyer.
We were talking in the conditional. You know, with ifs and woulds.
So, what would happen if I had such a hunch?
You would have to keep it to yourself, of course.
Yes, if you would be so kind as to keep it a secret. It would only be a small local concern, producing barely a few bottles every year.
That's right. Nothing so grandiose as a business. Otherwise, we'd be liable to be fined. So, we can count on your discretion, can't we?
I'm a lawyer.
Don't worry, I have no intention at all of getting messed up in anything.
Guys are gonna give me $100, right?
Here we are, busy chat.
Thank
and
exactly $100. Going back to Chaos saying FF7 is wild. And to think, Chaos, that Amy doesn't want to learn about all this extended lore. Because the more she learns, the worse it gets, apparently. Cisnade's the best. Cisnade's definitely my desktop wallpaper right now. Hello?
Excuse me, Station Master, but I need you again.
Can't you see I am very, very busy?
I just
no.
want to...
Well, I am. Very busy indeed. But, okay, I think I can give you a minute of my time.
I just want to tell Amy the extended lore on Rufus. From Rufus's childhood all the way up through Advent Children. The many trials and tribulations he faced. How his actions and Before Crisis led Yuffie down the dark path that she followed in Final Fantasy VII. What am I clicking on?
You have been playing with me, haven't you? You
Mm.
knew very well there were forest Sauvignon berries in the station garden.
No, not at all.
What?
Sauvignon thing.
You don't have to lie to me. I know all about it. You and the rectors are in cahoots, and the professor's lab has been turned into a distillery. You've all got a nice little smuggling racket on the side.
Smuggling racket? Hey, lady, you're going a bit far there. It's just a little on-the-side thing we got going, that's all. It's just for ourselves. Hey, honest.
You should be ashamed of yourselves. Aren't you worried about the reputation of this fine university? The authorities should be informed of
The
this.
authorities? But I'm the
We
authorities.
haven't done anything wrong. It's not a crime.
Can you open the gate to the garden, please?
Sure. No problemo. Right away, miss.
They really are Chaos, but you learn in Before Crisis a lot more about his character, which will be brought to everyone one day in Ever Crisis, if Ever Crisis ever actually makes its way out of Purgatory. Ratiju. Is that the birds? Is that the bird enemy? Stooping lightning. Daijuju. Uwus. Oh, Marsh's last name. I see. I think it's also an enemy in Crisis Core that's a bird that absorbs lightning attacks. And I only ever have lightning equipped, so... and I'm like, heck. I'm in an impasse. We gotta win through Limit Break, DMWs. I have won exactly one battle by running in a circle, waiting for the Limit Break DMWs to go off. One battle. Oh wait, it's probably back here. I honestly, so the only thing is, how do you plan on going just through the story? Or just, are you gonna do everything? If you're doing literally just the story, hard mode might be interesting because it also kind of, but at the same time, hard mode kind of forces you into doing some of the side stuff. But if you do the side stuff enough, like essentially as a lot of it's available, you very quickly reach a point where hard mode hard mode is no longer that much different than normal mode, because you're so overpowered that it doesn't really deviate too much. I don't know how to really explain this. It depends on how much of the content you really want to do versus how much of the content you don't really want to do. If you're going to do literally everything, then just do normal mode. If you plan on 100%ing the game, honestly, just do normal mode. If you just want to play through the game casually and like kind of just like dip into like the side missions a little bit, but you don't want to actually do all of the side missions, then I would do hard mode. If you just want like a good casual experience through the game or whatever, where you get to experience enough of the game that you kind of get a good like feel of everything without actually doing 100%, then do hard mode, basically. But if you actually literally want to do 100% of the game, just do normal, because there's not much difference.
Please feel free to visit the garden at your leisure. And there was just one thing. I'm not a liar. Not really. Just mum's the word. There is a reputation in the university to think about, and I have superiors, and I have to do what I can.
I understand. Don't you worry.
Oh, thank you, miss.
Hi, friend. I see you got an eye patch. Hey, music? Blah, blah, blah. Here's another, I guess, good example that might help you in your choice, Chaos. I've done 75% of the missions, the side missions, and I one-shot everything in the story. And literally nothing does any damage to me in the story. The other 25% of the missions I haven't done are mostly only because I haven't unlocked the ability to do so through the story. Go into the garden. Give me a high quality Final Fantasy XIV grapes. Have I played Tales of the Abyss? I think that was the one that was like Chelney's favorite. I kept saying I tried it for like an hour, and then the game like froze. They did upgrade the grapes. Do they look like this? Those are cherries, not grapes. Ah, yes. Okanaga. Have some berries. Their walking animation was 10 out of 10. And this giant eagle thing is spooky looking. You take these test tube holder things, get the egg. We went through all that to get an egg so that we could put an egg in the thing in the middle of town. But first, let's go back to the train. Use our cylinder. Let's see what happens here.
Hans, I have some very sad news. Our father is dead. He passed away peacefully last Sunday in his sleep. I feel so lonely now.
Father had been but a shadow of himself since your departure. I had to take care of everything for him. Housework, factory paperwork, the workforce, clients, everything. And now, today, well, I really don't know who or what I'm fighting for. Times are so hard, and this terrible war is destroying everything. Nobody cares for our automatons anymore. I just think about you returning. And when
Should
you
have made
do
automatons of war.
return, I will have turned this factory into a palace worthy of your genius. Please take care of yourself. I love you so much, Anna.
Should I turn them into toy soldiers? Think about the profits. Maybe you wouldn't be in debt. I know what you're thinking, but at what cost? And you're right. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, miss, please, excuse me.
Yes?
You know, I want to apologize for our little misunderstanding. I brought you a bottle of wine. Stadt Sauvignon. Very good year. Let me know what you think.
I'm very touched. Thank you.
Just some sort
Good
of...
luck on your journey, lady.
a bribe. Name of the dog. All right, finally. I put the egg in the thing. Spin the wheel. Nice answer. Click the thing. Beautiful. Just want to say today's adventure is coming to a close. What was everyone's favorite part of today's journey through Barokish Stadt? Mine is these three guys.
Gentlemen, forgive me for disturbing you again, but I have a little problem.
A little problem, a little problem. Everyone has little problems now, you know.
They are kept to oneself, and they don't stop the world from turning.
Nor trains from leaving stations.
We already heard all this. Give me my money.
Gentlemen, I have managed to repair your university bandstand.
The bandstand is playing again. This is marvelous news.
We are really very grateful indeed.
Yes, very grateful indeed. We will look back on your visit with much fondness in our hearts.
And now let us in turn honor our word. How much is it you need, miss?
$100,000.
We agreed to grant
Oh yeah, I forgot about
the
those.
aforementioned sum, miss. You may now leave with your train.
Just hand me a sack of coins.
And while we're on the
$100 in pennies.
when will you be leaving?
Yes, because now you should relocate your train as quickly as possible. Here we are.
And
All right. We are going to stop here. Because this guide... According to this guide, there's a whole part 2 to this area. And we'll be back here again next week. This looks like a really... I did just save, right? Yeah, this looks like a really good spot to... Oh man, yeah, we still got a bunch of stuff. No. See, we still haven't watched the paleontologist thing either. We can't leave without the mammoth. We gotta do the whole barge thing and actually move the train. There's a couple of number puzzles in here. But in any case, this was Syberia, today's journey in Syberia. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed today's adventures.